The judge didn't end up coming to a decision on Friday, but he did get a chance to hear from both sides of the argument. A lawsuit filed last year by several cisgender runners alleges they missed out on the opportunity for titles and scholarships by having to compete against transgender athletes.
Throughout my 4 years of high school, I was forced to compete against biological males. Girls across Connecticut and New England all knew the outcome of our races long before the start, and it was extremely demoralizing.
All girls deserve the chance to compete on a level playing field, but cisgender girls should not be sidelined in their own sports.
The runners were represented by lawyers from the Alliance Defending Freedom, who argued Connecticut's policy, which allows students to participate in programs consistent with the gender they identify with, violates Title IX.
Title IX promises our daughters athletic opportunities and experiences every bit the equal of what their brothers enjoy. But instead, CIAC in Connecticut are giving girls extra lessons in losing.
The defendants in the case are the CIAC and several boards of education. The lawsuit specifically names 2 transgender athletes who have since graduated high school. The ACLU defends the interests of those athletes.
We hope that the court agrees with our reading of Title IX and the reading that courts across the country have made of the statute, which is that it does not affirmatively require schools in the United States to discriminate against trans athletes.
Lawyers for the CIAC argued it follows the state's policy and provides the same opportunities for all students to participate in school sports.
On a school level, do we offer equal opportunities? Do we offer track and field that is meaningful? Yes. And in fact, to say to a school, you cannot participate in the CIAC events means that you're not going to be able to offer meaningful opportunities.
The hearing came after the Biden administration withdrew government support for the lawsuit. Under the previous administration, the Department of Justice and the Education Department's Office for Civil Rights agreed with the plaintiffs that Connecticut's policy violated Title IX.
It's a great sign that the National Department of Education will no longer be overtly hostile to trans students across the country.
Both sides say they're looking forward to hearing the judge's decision. Reporting in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.